episodes in, so I don't have the same problem as last time. I can't believe I'm going live again. 2 in 1 day. It's going to be a little bit of a mukbang. I have some. Can y'all hear me? I think so. Well, we're going to find out soon enough. Yeah, so I have some Culvers here. I have a little bit of Monster. And we're going to have a little bit of a mukbang. I had a fabulous day and I want to talk about it. Uh, just jibber jabber a little bit. I'm going to be eating, so I apologize in advance for my sloppy manners. But we got some chicken tendies here, and I'm about to go ham. Uh, yeah, so I had a fantastic day. I don't know how much time I have because it's about to rain. Huge thunderstorm coming in. I'm realizing maybe I shouldn't eat with earbuds in, but we're just gonna have to do it. Oh, hey Mo. Hey Mo. So I went motorcycling for the first time. Strapped myself to the back of a big black Harley, a super awesome old school Harley. I had so much fun. Oh my god, I looked hot as fuck. I have met. Here we go. Let me some match. This older gentleman, hot as fuck, and he was like, "I want to take you on a ride sometime," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So I strapped on, and we went for a nice ride this afternoon through the countryside. Beautiful weather. Oh my gosh, the smells and the scenery. I was on another level. We had a great playlist going. I had so much fun blasting all this AC/DC, and yeah, I had a fantastic time. I kind of want to get my own bike, um, and this definitely is steering me in that direction. But it was so much fucking fun. Oh my god. The stairs. Can you imagine what it was like? But I'm telling you, it's fucking Leo season. I told you before. I fucking love Leo energy, and on myself, so much fun. I can't even. I want to go again immediately. But like I said, there's a thunderstorm coming in, and that was kind of cool being on like the edge of it when we were riding back. Very cool. I don't know if any of you can hear the wind, but it's kind of picking up. I don't know how much time I have here. Um, yeah. Cause I shoot to thrill and I'm ready to kill and I can't get enough and I can't get my fill. Love it so much. Yeah, I had a fantastic time tootling around. We stopped for Siggy's and overall, we had a really lovely afternoon. I love the summertime. Other seasons are great, don't get me wrong, but summer, if you don't mind the heat, it wasn't even that hot. It was like 89. It was so good. My cat is right here begging. I'm not gonna show you and move the camera down because I actually I actually don't have any pants on. They're over here. Like I just said, it's hot as fuck. And as soon as I got home, I'm like, these need to come off immediately. Denim sponsored by Abercrombie and Fitch. A little light wash distressed denim. Actually, one of my favorite pairs of jeans was a Harley Davidson pair, but I ripped the crotch out of them. Getting out of my truck. So pissed. I tried sewing them and it was just not. It just was not it. But I got them from Goodwill, so it wasn't like the biggest deal. I get like 90 to 95% of my clothes from Goodwill because I obviously you can tell right now I sweat like a pig. Um, I don't mind investing in nice stuff. That's gonna last for a while, but most stuff ends up just being like gym clothes and just like running around in the garden clothes, and it's just not worth putting all this money into it. Some people get weird about it. They're like, oh, I could never wear thrift store clothes because like, you're carrying around other people's energy. And like, yeah, maybe, but it's also just a fucking t-shirt, you know? It's not like a Horcrux locket or something, um, carrying around the soul of Voldemort. I'm not exactly sure what's on the agenda for tonight, but I think it'll be nice. I just wonder, it's just gonna rain for a second and then be done. I love, excuse me, I love a good thunderstorm in the summer. I feel like I completed this like grand, like karmic arc today. You have no idea. What I just manifested was crazy. Because what happens is like driving around and just like seeing like bikes come down the hill, I hear them and it always just like, oh, it looks like so much fun just to, get on and go. I biked across the country, obviously, but that was like a bicycle and, similar spirit, but um, I always just wanted to like literally just like jump onto someone's bike as they drove by. Just like, get me out of here, take me away. And then having the opportunity sort of land in my lap, manifestation is the weirdest thing. I think I was like thinking about it, and then I just like didn't think about it again, and then it landed in my lap. I'm like, how did that happen? And I had a really nice time, and I hope to do it again soon. You know what song I've been loving this summer? Probably some of you know, "Fire for You" by Cannons. Fucking love that song. Such a bop. Mhm. I had not heard of them, but the album that song is on is pretty fucking good. 2019 or something, and it's rare to find like good music these days, especially like contemporary stuff. I listen to so much fucking mariachi music at work. It's not even funny. Sometimes I don't mind it, but then sometimes, like towards the end of the day, when I've just had like enough, then you're fucking listening to like mariachi music. I die. It's kind of the same thing with the Spanish too. Like I enjoy going back and forth for like 10 hours, and then by hour 11 and 12, I'm just like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I've had enough of you. I have no idea why I wanted to go live right now, but I got food on the way home, and I was just like, I don't want to eat by myself. I don't want to end up sad and alone. But yeah, I love summer. Late July, end of June, August, and September is great. Of course, my birthday's there. Virgo season's next. What is good? To all my Virgos out there, Earth sign. I'm so curious as what's going to come up with this Mars Uranus North Node conjunction, though, for real. I think it's going to be wild. I don't think that the camera is going to let me turn it around. Maybe it will. let's go see if we can show you some of the wildflower over here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so you can tell it's gonna fucking rain. Steady cam, steady cam. Isn't this beautiful? That's so great. There's a whole bunch of different things here. Morning glory, sunflowers, zinnias, purple, blue, cornflower. Isn't that great? So beautiful, right? I'd never really seen these before. I thought they were of a morning glory, but they're not like a vine. It's really pretty. It has a similar flower, but love the pink. Cannot get enough pink flowers. That's why I love the poppy so much, and the zinnia too. I mean, just like look at this color. Isn't that just remarkable? Looks so good. That's a wildflower plant from last year. But yeah, I'll show you my zinnias over here because like I was raving about them yesterday or the last time I did a live this morning. Um, the color is just so good. Don't judge my daisies though because I don't know what's fucking going on with them. Isn't that great? Like the color is just incredible. You know? Like gimme, gimme, gimme. This morning glory thing just like literally took over. I don't mind though, it's a little wild. Oh, hey Mo. Okay, I'm finished eating. I probably should shower because I smell like asshole. But we're gonna have a quick little ciggy first. Haishka mama 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 shana. I have like nothing really to talk about. I just was like, I want to share my day with somebody. So for work this week, um, we were up in a town. I think I'm gonna try to do a separate video on it because I want to do a little deep dive through like Wikipedia and look at some pictures. Um, but we were in this town and they had a state prison, and it was one of those situations where it's like, why does that prison look exactly like a castle? You know, and like remarkably so, like several stories high, just like castle. And this is in the middle of fucking nowhere, like Farmville, USA. And I want to do a little investigation because the town around it is really beautiful too, with some brick buildings, some good stone masonry. But this prison, I was just like, what the fuck is that doing here? There's a couple things like that in Wisconsin where you're like in the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, like over the tree line, you see like a huge fucking huge church, and it's just like in the middle of nowhere. It's like, what is this doing out here? It's crazy. There was actually a really nice. I love when they turn. First of all, I love railroads. I think horseback and uh, well, I guess motorcycle too, but horseback and like riding trains. I think it's like the most chic form of transportation. Um, I love like long train rides, and then I don't know if they still do this because I haven't taken a train in a while. But when I was taking one across the west for a bit, um, like Nebraska and through all of that, the train would stop every so often for like smoke breaks, and I thought that was so fucking cool because people don't really like. I don't know. Like I like when you walk up to like a business or like a grocery store and they have like a little cigarette thing because I really like push the whole like non-smoking agenda because they care so much about your health. But really, like I've said this many times on this channel, I think it was about like the social aspect of it and then wanting to just sort of break that up, which totally worked. And it was like the prequel to the mask thing, sort of like the leprosy of it all. I don't really understand because there's like a little bit of smoke that comes off of this, but then you're standing by a car and it's like the exhaust pipe is like this. And I'm like, I don't, it's hard for me to correlate that stuff. But anyways, businesses that have the little cigarette things when you walk through the front door. I love that. I love little towns like that. They don't really, I guess I haven't really been in the city for a long time. They probably have those still, but they really encourage the non-smoking for whatever reason. And I don't know, just like a different pace. Again, with the trains and you sort of stop, and travel used to not be so. You obviously wanted to get there, but it wasn't so like like travel seemed more like leisurely, like the approach to it. I guess life in general back then. It's like, why are you in a rush? You know what I mean? I remember the last time I flew, and like all the times before that, because I used to fly a lot. Just being so anxious, like getting to the airport and hoping everything was on time, and just I hated to be on the plane. I just wanted to get off, and not that I'm against air travel or anything, but kind of like the whole blimp, the whole blimp idea, and just sort of like coasting along. I'd love boats are so expensive, like a yacht, but not just like the upfront cost, but like maintaining it and everything. Um, but that would be another fantastic way to travel. I would love to do that. Just tootle around the world, you know? But anyways, um, there back to this like prison and everything. There was a great trail that run along the road for a bit, where they turn like old unused like train lines into like bike or just like walking paths, and I love when that happens. An actual good repurposeful resourcefulness, because they just like ruin everything that's cool from back in the day, and generally houses are like so fucking ugly these days. But, like no shade, like I get it. Like I'm not like suburbia is just there's just little. It's just a different direction we could all go in. That would be just so much more visually appealing. Doesn't anyone else want to live like in a beautiful? Oh my gosh! Ah, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. I found gold, you guys. You probably already know this already, but Ann Coulter. First of all, Ann Coulter is like banned on like everything, and I always loved. What I would do is I would like search YouTube for like the most recent, or just Ann Coulter, and just to do like this week or this month, and try to find um someone who like clipped her like radio interviews with like either like who would you talk to, like Mark Levine or something, or other people. I fucking love Ann Coulter. She's smart and just like has a great sense of humor and knows like she's just great. And I didn't realize what like Substack. Oh, here we go. I don't know what Substack is, but I guess anncoulter.substack.com came into my world, and it has literally been giving me life, especially because you can play it and it'll play in the background, not like YouTube. If you pay for like YouTube, whatever premium, then it'll play in the background. But Substack like plays in the background, and it was finally like a functional thing. And Ann Coulter has all this free video content on there, and she's just like so fucking funny, and it's like more up to date because I always feel like I'm getting her viewpoints from like 2 weeks ago, and those are like rare to find in general. So I don't have Twitter or anything, but seeing Ann Coulter more in like long form, like 9, 12, 14 minute like segments is so good. And I love that she does her own thing, but I don't know why someone hasn't like she's probably been offered, but like sponsored big time. Not that she needs the money. I don't think she's like hurting for that, but she could have like her own high like imagine like like a live stream with Ann Coulter. I don't know. That would be so cool. I wonder if she'd go on. Has she been on Happy Homelands before? That would be so cool. I know Happy Homeland seems like it's on a bit of a hiatus, but I would love to see an interview with her. Can we like push for that? Sacha, if you're out there or anybody, can we get Ann Coulter on that if she hasn't been already? Or just like again, because these Substack clips, again, anncoulter.substack.com, fantastic. Just like how she puts it together, and her like again, her sense of humor is she's like, oh, and there's Joy Reid, my North Star. And she's so good. And it's crazy too. She's talking about just like crime statistics and immigration and all of that. And it's disturbingly shocking what is withheld from the public. Well, it's not really withheld, it's just reported on inversely, and then yeah, just like crime, like black crime, immigrant crime. It's like crazy. You don't really need to. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like the Mexicans I work with, they left Mexico because of all the fucking crime, and they don't want to be there. And they come here and they don't like fucking blacks either, you know? And like some black people one on one that act chill are honestly 100% fine, like whatever. But like as a whole, it's just like, ugh. And their communities, do not take care of their communities, you know. And I don't know how much more help they could possibly have been given and legs up, and it's just still not. Every other group seems to be able to figure it out, you know. The Mexicans like come here with nothing, like literally nothing, and they seem to figure it out. I'm sure there's programs helping them too, but still, it's crazy, so crazy. I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, the blacks, the blacks. It's so funny. I work with a guy who, like, the first day we were sort of just, like feeling each other out, and he's like a big pothead, like hippie type, but then he's like always saying like nigger and stuff, and he's very aware, and I don't know. It's interesting. And Coulter, she's so great and so beautiful too. She's with all these other people. Um, like I never followed like that Lauren, whatever her name is, all those other people, like no one comes even fucking close. But that's like sort of like commentary in general nowadays. Like no one's like Ramsey's got it. Like there are like a few people who get it, but a lot of people have like no fucking clue. Like people like Steven Crowder and all that, they just no. They're just like the vast like knowledge base, in my opinion, just like is not there. Paul Joseph Watson can kind of do it. I love Alex Jones. I haven't listened to them in probably honestly since like the January 6th thing. Uh, yeah, I don't really listen to the InfoWords and stuff. Nothing against it, but maybe I should look them up. I used to listen to David Icke a lot too, and he's pretty good. Um, and explaining like psyops and stuff. And he's been right about a lot of things, like so many people have. Okay, one more ciggy. I'm gonna chain smoke for a second, and then I need to go. Hi, hi. Okay, there are allegedly like 6 people watching, and I want to talk to someone. Someone say hi. The moon's in Gemini, for fuck's sake. Oh, Australia. They had a great immigration policy until like what, like the 70s or something, where it was just like only like Anglo people could really move there, and that seemed to work out brilliantly. It was only us, and I hate that we always have to start from like the defensive position of like why you should want to have like your own homeland. Like no one would question that for any other people except for America, and it's just it'll be interesting to see if the country really does start to sort of like break apart in pockets. Jeremy, the other 5 people are probably bots. Fuck you, man. They're definitely bots the house. Isn't that crazy when they like most of the like quote unquote engagement and all of that online is just like so totally contrived. It's wild. And why a lot of that stuff is so dangerous. And I'm so happy like years back when I was like, you know what, this is not good, and I'm gonna like really divest myself from all of the social media and all that online stuff. Like obviously do a little bit here and there, but this is like nothing. How like okay, again, not to keep talking about work, but I was driving this huge truck, and it was me and this like 20 something year old like Mexican who again doesn't speak a lick of English, but he's like sitting there on his phone with the volume on, and it's just like Spanish TikTok, and just like hearing Spanish TikTok for like 2 hours in the car, or just like Spanish like Fortnite and COD videos, where it's just like like mata, cállate. It's just like crazy. Colin Bustable, what's up, man? Many are called, but few are chosen. Do you think there's anything in that proverb? I don't know. It's kind of like I was saying before about how we all have a role to play. I definitely enjoy the Hindu perspective on life of life being a drama. A big play. I think that helps not take things so seriously because it's a lot better to, as they say, act as a child, especially at heart, and not take everything so seriously. Tragedy's great sometimes, comedy's great always. But at least for me, and I struggle with this, is not everything has to be such a big fucking deal. But as far as people being chosen, I don't know. I think people are naturally inclined for different things. I know astrology. People have different opinions on it, but it is crazy when you look at people, like reality TV stars and celebrities and stuff, and you look at their charts, and it just you get different like personality types and stuff. And yeah, that's a good question though. I love little proverbs and bits like the Bible has lovely, lovely poetry and quotes. Lao Tzu is great. I love a lot of again like Hindu philosophy. Catholicism is beautiful, but again, the Pope and the Vatican are so utterly corrupt. It's not even funny. I appreciate and feel more in line with the Mel Gibson approach of like Vacantism or whatever it's called. But religion is so fascinating. And yeah, I was gonna make a comment about like the barns and stuff. Let's see here. Midwit truckery. What's up, brother? Who said the moment who said something about a homeland. An African family walked past my house. Winnipeg is a refugee camp now. Yeah, and I'm not trying to like be mean to people or anything. It's just like I don't know. Like neighborhoods really do change, and crime is something like you can't. I mean, as much as the media tries, like people like realize like the different immigrant and like ethnic groups here, like they understand crime too. And from what Ann Coulter was saying, it's crazy on different like Realtor.com and different like uh like neighborhood type apps and stuff. It's fascinating how they've changed all of like the back end of that so you don't see like crime data in neighborhoods and because of course it's all disproportionately black and of course that's racist and it's wild, just so wild, just like again that 10-year-old girl or whatever that was raped by that immigrant guy and she had to have an abortion or whatever. It's just like wild. Ann Coulter was saying there's like five like check marks every time you can make on a story, and if you're not getting information about like who done it, um, and she's pretty fucking accurate because even like the blacks, like the whole like child sex thing is not. That's like a very these are like Ann Coulter says. These people are coming from like cultures and places of the world that are not to use the word primitive because I don't necessarily think it has a negative connotation, but they're just from like a whole different consciousness, and then they come here and there's no assimilation. If anything, it's the opposite that we have to adapt to them. Uh, it's so fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. But and a lot of people think like this, but a lot of people don't talk about it. They'll behave and act in public like, oh, kumbaya, but then they don't fucking live in those neighborhoods either. Don't tread on me. I wish I had my little notebook in front of me here with my little things to talk about, but this is good. I wonder what Ann Coulter's opinion is on the whole like 1960s like cosmic consciousness type thing and like psychology and all that. I know she's like a devout Christian, I would assume, probably Catholic. Oh, the wind's picking up. I love when a storm comes in. You can like feel the energy. Can you guys hear that? Ay, 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 ay. I should probably finish up here if it's gonna rain. I gotta get the chickens in. I gotta get the other animals inside. Another thing about language, like I was thinking about, how it's like babies' first words or whatever, like the first things that they end up saying that register. I find that so fascinating, and how I guess it's like something that you really can't control, but it's like their beginning of. I don't want to use the word programming because I hate using like computer language to describe this reality. I find that is literally doing exactly what everyone wants or the dark side wants. Um, to describe everything in terms of like computer based vocabulary, I don't think is healthy at all. And a lot of people in like a lot of different communities do that. Again, with the words like programming and matrix and simulation and all that. But you can say, you can describe simulation without using, again, a computer term. You can use illusion, Maya, like vibrational reality. I don't know, but to use, again, computer terms, I don't think is the right thing. And going back to like the baby's first words, I think it's so important. I don't know, language is, again, so fascinating. I think so much of it is nonverbal. That's why I never, ever, ever fucking wore a mask, and I never, ever will, ever. It's so wrong. It's so sick. And I've been able to do my life just fine. Just fine. And again, like the reality TV stars, like the help is always masked up, but they're not masked because so much of the communication, you can't fucking understand anyone when you can't see their mouth, because like you hear what they're saying, but so much of it is confirmed through, the visual nonverbal talk. So yeah, anyways, I gotta get going here. Honey, you got a big storm coming. Cheers for the stream. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go put some pants on. And take. Oh yeah, yeah. How to do another 30-minute psychobabble. Anyways, I love you all so much, and I'm gonna talk to you soon. Bye.